Hey folks, it's me. Just want to talk to you about another issue that I experienced some difficulty with that probably a lot of you did have and will. I talked to you, if you watched my other video about coming out, maybe you've not seen that one yet, but this is a very specific part of coming out. It's coming out to your parents. Now I realize up front that some of you may not even relate to your parents very well. You may not even know your parents or spend time with your parents. There are a lot of possibilities there, but for those of you who have parents that you want to sit down with, or at least you would love to be able to do that, let me tell you a little bit about my experience. And I hate to put my parents out there and throw them out for everybody to discuss, but this is important. When I came out in this past year, I was basically put in a situation where I was forced to come out, and it was a very painful and difficult process for me, as it is for all of you, and will be for those who haven't done it yet. And then there was coming out to the two people who cared for me, raised me, and brought me up, and gave me everything, and made me who I am. And so when this all began to happen, about a year ago, exactly, a little less than, I made the point. I canceled a trip. I was supposed to go to Europe for a couple of weeks, and I specifically canceled that trip. I went home and I sat down with my parents. Actually, we were riding down the road. And I was really nervous about this. My dad's a very quiet, tough guy, but he's a very, very tender-hearted man. And my mother is one of the most gracious people I've ever known. And I guess I really knew up front how they would handle it just because of the people, the kind of people they are. But it was still a challenge for me. So we're riding down the road, and I'll never forget, we're in my dad's pickup truck, I believe it was, and we're going up to see my sister, and I was trying to hold it together. I was an emotional basket case. I didn't really know what to do and how I was going to navigate this conversation. And so we're riding up through my hometown. It's a little community in Alabama called Curry, and it's a lake community. Smith Lake is there. We're riding through there, and I was fighting back every emotion that I had as we drove up to see my sister. I just wanted to hold it together through that. And then we got up there, we saw her, we turned around, we're coming back. And as we were coming back through that town, my mind was flooded with all of the people that I knew, all of the relationships that I had, all of the effects that what I was about to do would eventually have, not only on me, but my community, because my dad was a pastor, he was well known, still is, and this community knew him, they knew us, and we were always out there in that public forum. And I realized in that moment what an impact this was going to have on this very rural community and on my life. And my dad was talking, and as I said, a very soft-spoken guy. And I'll never forget, tears just began to roll down my face under my sunglasses. And my dad stopped talking. And this is what I said. I said, I don't think I've ever been happy. I don't even know if I know what being happy is. And in that moment, I realized something. That I was able to say the words that I thought I was never going to be able to say. I told them, I said, I'm gay. There were a lot more words involved, and I went around in circles a couple of times. But the point was this to them. And I said this, Mom, Dad, if you're going to have me, it's going to be this way. So you can have me as a gay son, or I can be dead. Now, I wasn't in any immediate danger of going to take my life, but I had had days where I really considered what it would be like just not to exist. And I told them, this is the way I have to be. At the age of 45, I'm riding down the road with my parents and telling them for the first time ever with my own words, I'm gay. Now, as I say that, that's an emotional event for me today. But there are people who are watching this video right now, and you are scared to death to utter those words, probably to anybody, especially to your parents, or to some people who are very close to you and dear to you. And this is what I want to say to you. I don't want to coerce you. I don't want to make you do something that you're not ready to do. But what I do want to do is join with you and help you in this process. Be able to say these words, I am gay, or I am whatever that word is to follow. And the reason I want you to do that is because I want you to live authentically. Since that day, I've told countless people Hell, I'm on a video right now, and it's on my website probably. It's going to be on YouTube and every other form of whatever we have. I'm a little dumb about that crap, but got people know how to work that stuff. I am literally out there like I've never been before. And when people see me, I tell them who I am. If the subject comes up, I just join right in. I introduce my husband. I do all of that without even blinking anymore. And here's the reason I do that. I do it because I carried a burden for the majority of my life. And on my shoulders was this enormous rock, this boulder that I carried, this secret that nobody knew, or at least they didn't say they knew. And what I've decided to do is that with every person that is important to me, or every person that I encounter, what I do is I've sliced off a piece of that rock, a little sliver of it, and I've said, you're going to carry this piece, because I've carried the entire load all of my life. And what I've done to protect you and to protect my friends and protect my family and people around me is I have carried the enormity of this secret and this weight so that other people could live happy. And what I decided to do in the last year was be happy myself and give each person their burden to share. And if they can't share that burden, that's not my responsibility. But I no longer carry it. And what I want you to do is to begin that process of letting other people carry their portion of your burden. And you be you, and you be happy, and you live authentically, and you begin to take control of defining yourself. That's my hope for you. That's what Gold exists to do. Get out and live your life. And get out and live in a way that you've always wanted to live. Be free. Please contact us. You can call me directly if you get on our website, goldlgbtq.org. Get on Facebook and send me a message. Other people have. You won't be the first. And I will personally communicate with you. I want you to have support as you get out and live. Safe out, safe passage. We want to journey with you. Thank you.